And now we await Point Given, who for the third time will take the outside post position in the Triple Crown races this year. Gary Stevens aloft, the Preakness winner. One more behind the gate. The rambunctious Point Given. His trainer Bob Baffert looking on with some concern. And he too is in the gates. And we are now ready for the start of the 133rd Belmont Stakes. And they're off. And Balto Star, wasting no time, is immediately in front in the first few strides. Balto Star to establish the early lead. Buckle Down Ben is just to his outside, and Jorge Chavez has Monarchos close in the early going. Is in between horses third. Invisible Ink continues up on the inside fourth, and Point Given's right there. He's up on the pace and on the far outside. And then near the back of the pack are Thunder Blitz, who's been moved immediately to the rail by Jerry Bailey. And the two trailers are Dollar Bill, who's down on the inside of European Invader Dr. Greenfield. So they make their way around that sweeping clubhouse turn here at Belmont Park, and it is Balto Star. There's mild pressure from Buckle Down Ben, and Point Given loping along comfortably in the early stages here. The opening quarter went in 23 4/5 seconds, and the opening half mile was a soft one, 48 seconds flat, so it's a comfortable pace that Balto Star and Chris McCarron have established. And Point Given is right up there on them now on the far outside. Buckle Down Ben in between horses. A P Valentine is kept right up on the pace too. He's only 2 lengths behind Balto Star. Then farther back, Invisible Ink settles into an easy beat now about 6 lengths from the front. Monarchos there gets a nudge from Jorge Chavez with 6 furlongs to go. Then it's Thunder Blitz to his inside. Still well at the back of the pack are Dollar Bill and Dr. Greenfield. Dollar Bill is now being asked to run 5 furlongs from the wire. And the field moving for the far turn, and Point Given is making his move. There he goes, 3 wide after Balto Star. Buckle Down Ben fights on in between him. And now here comes A P Valentine, and he's moving 4 wide after the lead. There's a break of another 6 lengths back to Monarchos and Invisible Ink. And at the midway point on the turn, they've run a mile in 1:35 2. Point Given rolls to a 2-length lead. A P Valentine is full out, but he's 2 lengths behind as they approach the top of the stretch. Then there's a break of another 4 lengths to the Derby winner Monarchos, who's starting to hit his best stride as the field hits the quarter pole. Invisible Ink is coming through and opening on the inside, but it's Point Given who comes roaring off the turn with a widening lead. He's pulling away to lead by 5. He's pulling away to lead by a half a dozen lengths here at the 8th hole. Then it's A P Valentine, followed by Monarchos. Dollar Bill is moving way too late. Here is a powerful, compelling performance by Point Given. He is under the line to win the Belmont by 11 lengths at the finish. Sensational effort here. A P Valentine finished second, and Monarchos was third. Dollar Bill came on to be fourth. The final time was 1 minute 26 2/5 seconds. That's equaling the 4th fastest Belmont Stakes ever. An absolutely sensational, overwhelming effort by Point Given today, and he really put it here together at the big ball yard at Belmont.
And Bob Baffert finally has his Belmont Stakes win after narrowly missing with a Triple Crown on the line with Silver Charm and Real Quiet. Gary Stevens and Point Given dominate in the Belmont Stakes. This is a horse some called a super horse before the Derby. He proved he was mortal at Churchill Downs, but in the Preakness, and especially today here in the Belmont Stakes, Point Given to the head of the class of the 3-year-old division, proving that he is, at least for now, the best of this crop. Let's go down to Donna.
Oh, excuse me, I've got Gary Stevens here. Gary, congratulations. He wins the 2nd leg of the Triple Crown today. Is he a superstar?
Yeah, I think he showed he was today. He was loafing with me a little through the lane, and I don't have eyes behind my head, but I think he was running away from him, wasn't he?
Well, you ride like you have eyes behind your head. 6 mounts in the Belmont now. This is your 3rd winner, is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
What's your secret?
Fast horses like him. I'd like to thank Prince Ahmed once again, people of Saudi Arabia. Beautiful feeling.
Well, now that you've won the Belmont, does this take the sting out of losing the Derby, or does it actually kind of make it a little bit more frustrating that he lost the Derby?
I'll always wonder what could have been. I feel like he should have been going for a Triple Crown today. didn't happen. We'll try again another year. But this guy should have a Triple Crown written next to his name.
Gary, congratulations. And Point Given, same to you. Tom, looks like Point Given just has one tarnish mark on that record.
Donna, Point Given becomes the first favorite to win the Belmont Stakes since 1995, when his daddy, Thunder Gulch, won it at 3-2. And was he dominant today? Well, a quick glance at the stretch run proves that Point Given was at the top of his game today. In fact, he appeared to be picking up horses on the backstretch and into the turn for home on his own. Gary Stevens hadn't even asked him to run yet. Now when Stevens asks him and taps him a few times with a whip, Point Given responds to get to the wire 11 lengths in front of the rest of the field. And Stevens looks behind and sees that great margin. No fooling around today. No glancing at the crowd or the grandstand. No problem changing leads. Point Given is as dominant as they come in today's Belmont Stakes, as we have the same 1-2 finish as we had in the Preakness. Point Given and A P Valentine. And Bob Baffert, after 0 for 4 in the Belmont Stakes, finally gets his win. Point Given, his son Canyon enjoying the moment and gets a high five from Dad and a big hug as well. Thunder Gulch, the 17th horse to win the Preakness and the Belmont. 7 of them didn't even run in the Derby. And as Gary Stevens said to Donna, boy, you left with a question of what might have been had he been true to form at Churchill Downs. Bred by the Thoroughbred Corporation of Prince Ahmed Salman of Saudi Arabia. He's a colt by Thunder Gulch out of Turco's Turn by Turcoman. And let's go to Bob. He is with Jorge Chavez.
Well, he was clearly the fan favorite here in New York, but I don't know what you could have done to stop that runaway train. George Chavez. Point Given ran off the screen today. Does it surprise you how impressively he ran in today's Belmont Stakes?
Yeah, the winner can take nothing for the winner. He ran hard and he ran very good. And my horse was trying. He ran very hard. He can, you know. I don't have what else I can say except for the first time maybe the number 2 come out a little bit, and you know, I got a little bit steady, but not that much. You know, I don't look up for the skews.
And it was really essentially, George, a race for second between you and A P Valentine, the way it boils down.
Yeah, my horse was taking in, he did try, but you know, even I can't get the second. So I'm very happy how he ran, and that's how I can do, you know.
All right, back to Tom Hammond.
All right, Bob. Jorge Chavez a bit disappointed as Monarchos finished his third. Here are the prices. Point Given $470, $370, $3. AP Valentine and Monarchos a $20 exacta, $76 trifecta, superfecta $183. We'll be back to the winner's circle now. And just a few moments ago, Prince Ahmed Salman of the Thoroughbred Corporation, a Saudi Arabian prince who missed the Preakness, on hand for the Belmont. And he's a new father, and he now has the best 3-year-old in America. And here also Penny Chenery congratulating Bob Baffert. She was the owner of Secretariat, the Meadow Stable runner who had the dominant performance, and nothing compares to Secretariat's win in the Belmont, but certainly Point Given was dominant today as well. The blanket of white carnations placed over the withers of Point Given. Prince Salman, of course, missed the Preakness. He was back home in Saudi Arabia watching on television, but urged Gary Stevens and Bob Baffert to take Point Given back off the pace. That was the winning formula today. With a slow pace, Point Given was much closer and then just scooted to the league effortlessly, it seemed, and pulled away down the stretch. White carnations as souvenirs from Gary Stevens. And boy, oh boy, you think back to the first Saturday in May at Churchill Downs. We were anointing this colt as a super horse. He's looked super the last 2 races in the Triple Crown, but inexplicably turned in that clunker in Louisville. Point Given's 2:26 and 2 time, equaling the 4th fastest Belmont Stakes of all time. Hillary Clinton, the junior senator from New York, will make the trophy presentation with the former president looking on. That's when we return. Point Given just got a shower headed back to his stable. If you've been watching the news, you know a state of emergency has been issued for the Houston area, forcing the cancellation of tomorrow's WNBA Houston Comets Phoenix Mercury game. So NBC will be bringing you the New York Liberty and the Washington Mystics in its place tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Here's a complete order of finish. Dollar Bill finishing fourth. Apparently had a clean trip this time, but could only get fourth. Invisible Ink in fifth. Thunder Blitz sixth. And all the way down to Dr. Greenfield, who was eased. For the presentation, let's go to Bob Costas.
All right, Tom, thanks very much. Along with owner Prince Ahmed and trainer Bob Baffert, winning jockey Gary Stevens. On the victory stand with us, former President Bill Clinton, Senator Hillary Clinton. We will hear from them in just a moment. Tim Smith, who is the commissioner of the NTRA, is also here. Becky Sager, executive vice president of Visa, sponsors of the Visa Triple Crown. And the president of NYRA, Barry Schwartz, will handle the honors from here.
Well, this is a great day for New York racing. It is my great pleasure to introduce our presenter for the 133rd Belmont Stakes, Senator Hillary Clinton and President Bill Clinton.
Thank you, Barry. Well, we are thrilled to be here at one of the most beautiful racetracks in the world, and to be able to make this presentation. This really shows how New York racing is at the very forefront of world racing, and your victory here today just is further proof of that. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Clinton, Mr. Clinton. And I would like to dedicate this victory to the people of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. They deserve this, and this is for them, it's not for me. And also, I promise you one thing, for New York, I would call the most expensive and good horse Big Apple after this victory today.
Thank you very much.
Prince Ahmed, congratulations. Although our time is short, a quick comment from President Clinton. Mr. President, you're on something of a sports tour. French Open, Belmont Stakes. I understand tomorrow you'll be in Philadelphia for Game 3.
This is a great race, and this horse put to rest all doubt. It was magnificent today, and I know we were all proud to be here. I was honored to be here. I think everyone in this great crowd today will remember this for the rest of his life. And as the trainer just said, it was a trainer's triumph, beyond all doubt.
All right, then let's turn to Bob Baffert. A sense of redemption, or is that even fair? A remarkable run by Point Given today.
Well, Point Given has a lot of fans, and Prince Ahmed, he could have easily fired me after the first race, but you know, he just took it in stride. But we knew this horse was this kind of horse, and it wasn't his day, Derby day, and but we're not going to look back. We're just enjoying. We enjoyed the Preakness, the Belmont today. He showed what he's really made of, and I just hope, you know, he stays together. We're going to have a lot of fun with him.
You indicated he would run closer to the lead than he had in the Preakness, and he did.
Well, I knew Gary knew what to do this time, and I just told him that at the half-mile pole down the backside, you'll know if I did my job or not. But this horse, I just knew the way he was acting today, the way he came in here. He was hitting on all cylinders. That's the main thing, and I promised Canyon a win.
Well, your 12-year-old son Canyon said this was Point Given's day, and he was right. Let's go over to Charles C. Canty, who's with the winning jockey, Gary Stevens. Charles C.
Gary, when you won the Kentucky Derby aboard Thunder Gulch, you pointed at the sky for a special reason. You did the same thing today. Can you tell us why?
Chris Antley. I was thinking of Chris as I crossed the finish line. He had some great moments here at Belmont Park, and felt like he was riding with me today along with God, and it's a nice feeling.
Nice feeling. Point Given gave you a great race. This was the horse you all had the confidence with all along.
Yeah, I'm always going to be bittersweet about both the victories in the Triple Crown without the Kentucky Derby. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to enjoy these last two wins, but I feel like this horse is a champion, and he should have a Triple Crown next to his name whenever he quits racing. It's not to happen, but he's got a lot of time left to prove that he is a champion, and we're going to have a great rest this year.
Well, the what else will always hurt, but a great day today. Congratulations to Gary, Prince Ahmed, and Bob Baffert. Now we'll go upstairs to Tom Hammond.
All right, Charles C., thank you very much, as Point Given becomes only the third Belmont Stakes winner from post position 9 since 1905. He's now earned almost $2.5 million. He shipped in late. He came in on Wednesday, didn't work over the track, but proved he loved it today as Baffert gets his first Belmont win. Tomorrow at 9 Eastern, NBC will be live from Paris with the men's final at the French Open, and then the NBA Finals continue tomorrow night. Tom Hammond for all of us at NBC saying so long from Belmont.